Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Glass City Podcast here at the CMB Production Studios with me, your host, Cowboy Mark. How's everybody doing? And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Glass City Podcast. How's everybody doing out there? Hopefully you're all having a great time like me. What a beautiful day we're having. And not only do we have the weekly updates, we have a special guest in the studio who's going to help me dial in the new microphones and the different things we've got going on. And we're going to switch right on over to him. And everybody say hello to Mr. Marty Stahl.
Hello.
That's right.
That must be me.
That must be you. Marty is not only the guitar player for the band I'm in, Musical Mayhem, but he is also my tech guru and behind-the-scenes guy with all the new technology that's coming into the studio. Prior to the last month or so, I was all analog, old school, kind of like me. But over our downtime, the COVID epidemic we've had here, Marty has convinced me to upgrade and go a whole new route. I mentioned in the last show, we're running a whole new operating system, a Linux system.
Ooh.
It makes Windows look like dog poo completely. It does. Nothing against Windows. They have their place in the world, but not in my studio anymore.
Bye-bye.
Right, exactly. So I just wanted to give a big thank you right here on the camera to Mr. Marty Stahl for bring me into the now and out of the back then.
You are welcome.
And hopefully you guys out there can hear the difference. You can see the difference. If you noticed, we do have two new microphones for our guests. We've also got a new camera that we're using, and which yeah, and we're doing things a lot differently now. So before we get on to this week's shows, we brought Marty in, like I said, to kind of dial in some of the new microphones and stuff here, and let's get his opinion on what's going on and things that have been happening around here in the Glass City.
Oh, geez, I think it's all schlock. It's all schlock. Everything is schlock. Jeez. I'm really getting used to seeing back being with the Toledo music scene and everything, and I'm really happy to see that the Heinz Farm is still going out there.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
that's really
We have
cool.
a group that'll be out there tonight, and we'll get to them in a little bit here.
I think that there was, a long history with that, and I've heard that PBS has done a documentary on it. I have not seen it. I would love to see it, but I guess they're not just doing jazz music out there anymore and burning rope.
No, they're doing a few more things than that now. So, what inspired you to inspire me? I'm going to ask that right off the get-go. Why did you want me to upgrade to all this new digital technology we have now sitting here in the studio?
Well, there was a time when I used everything analog. It didn't matter what it was. The recording gear, the microphones, the mixers, the everything. Guitar amps, I was using a Marshall guitar amp and everything. And I found that the digital realm has come so far. And, now you say fully digital, but here you're not fully digital.
Not technically.
Yeah, we're running through tubes. We've got, two preamps now for the microphones and all these things. So there's still the analog element. But really, I think that you'll notice even just the quality of the vocals now. It's very different because there are so many more tools that you have at your disposal. probably we would have a rack about yay high to have all of this stuff that's in there with all of the different things that we're using with the EQs and
the compressors, and everything that we got going
and the
on,
two
right?
pre's and all of that. But it's tucked away really nicely over there. It doesn't leave a big footprint. And, most of that
Which
stuff can
is
be done in the computer.
really good considering that those that have been here in the studio know I don't have a ton of room.
Right.
I've got more room than when we first started in the closet.
That's true. That is very true.
When I was cramming 4 and 5 people in that little area. Lots of lag, and it's breaking up bad. We will re-upload it. Tracy's saying that we've got lots of lag, so I'm showing excellent connection here. Usually I would show lag.
It looks okay in the background too.
I'm not dropping. Is the audio lagging or is it the video lagging? Because I'm showing all good down here. And that's why we're doing this part of the show. I really didn't do it Wednesday. And again, I'd made a post about Wednesday's show. I didn't post it on Facebook like I normally do because when I was playing it back, my wife pointed out that there was music in the background. Well, I couldn't hear it through my headphones. And what had happened is I was working on a song that Marty was recording with me to test out a lot of the new equipment and the way it's working with the new studio. And apparently I left it playing and it picked up in the background through certain scenes in the show. And well, yeah. So everyone's got a rough view, or not a view, but a hearing of the song that we were working on. And there it is. So if you go to my YouTube channel, the Glass City Podcast channel, pull up Wednesday's show, you can hear it. It's playing while I'm trying to talk, and at some points it's even louder than I am. It's quite crazy. So excuse me. So again, Marty, I want to thank you for everything that you've been doing, you have done, and we're going to keep going. It keeps buffering. Aaron, I don't know. I'm not seeing it. Marty, are you seeing it on the monitor behind me?
I see it, and it looks okay.
Okay, so I'm wondering if it's a feed past this. We'll have to check the playback when we're done and do it. And speaking of Miss Erin Johns, she is going to be playing tonight. She's in my opinion, IMO, and they're the ones at Griffin Hines Farms. So
okay,
we'll bring that back up. And video's buffering. Okay. Well, I will look into that. We'll see what's going to be happening. Maybe
they got video buffering on their end. That's on their end.
You think it's through YouTube?
Yeah,
at their
that's
end?
YouTube.
Then why aren't we getting it on my monitor?
That goes through YouTube, right?
Yeah.
That's what they're seeing. She's got a bad connection.
Oh, okay. We'll figure it out, folks.
Oh, you upped the quality, so if it's on auto, they probably want to drop down to like 480.
Oh,
because you're probably broadcasting in 1080 now.
I am broadcasting in 1080.
Yeah, they need to drop down to like 480.
Okay, did you guys catch that? Go into your settings for your YouTube for video quality and drop it to the 480, and it may stop buffering on you. Because I am now broadcasting in high def with the new camera, the 4K camera. HD, ooh. That's right. And that's probably why this is a 4K TV behind us, the monitor behind us. And I'm wondering if that's why we're getting a non-lag, non-buffering.
Looks great to me.
You know, you can see it in the background behind me. And Marty can see it. And I just got to figure out how to get the chat up there. Playing around with it on that version. So, but let's go ahead and do the next thing in line here, which is bringing up our shows. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get to that, and hopefully Marty will be able to see some of it behind me as it's happening a little bit. There is a slight obvious delay from what we're actually doing and what you're seeing. There's always the delay, but I see it just popped up about 9 seconds after.
Okay.
So what do you think back there? I mean, can you see it, Marty?
Me, I can see it. Yeah, it
can
looks
you
great.
see it?
Friday, June 19th.
Yeah, there we go. All right, well, then here we go. What we were talking about earlier. Friday, June 19th, in my opinion, IMO. They're going to be at Griffin Hines Farm. They're in Swanton, Ohio from 9 to 12. Now, this is a great band, Miss Erin Johns, who's in the chat room now, lead vocalist. and the guys that she plays in the band with are phenomenal. They're great people. We've had them on the show. Can't wait to get them back on the show. And in the new studio, they were in the old cramped studio. Now we've got a little bit more room, and we can do that. But again, Friday, June 19th, in my opinion, IMO, Griffin Hines Farm in Swanton, Ohio, 9 to 12. Now, we've got another show going on Friday that was brought to me. And again, I don't have everything going on. I don't search for it right now. I'm not going to lie. I probably should pay somebody to do all the searching, and I can probably have like 50 bands on here on every show. But we have Parallel Universe there at Papa's Tavern. A great place to hang out, great place to play. They're in Toledo, Ohio. They're going to be there from 8 to 12. Another band that just kind of brings out a lot of different things, a lot of different music. They're a great group to work with. I've had a chance to meet them. Not been to one of their full shows, because I'm either doing this or I'm working or I'm playing. So we got something always going on here. So again, Parallel Universe there at Papa's Tavern here in Toledo, Ohio from 8 to 12. I believe that's the time because Timmy just sent me the sheet. He didn't send me the times. So usually we play from 8 to midnight. So we're going to go ahead and watch this. Boom, gone, goodbye. We are now on to Saturday. Now Saturday, ladies and gentlemen, I was talking about it the other day. I've gotten more shows in. I had to go 2 pages. So I can make them big enough so I could read them and you guys could read them on your screens, on your tablets, on your phones. Hopefully you can see this. But we had to go with 2 pages for Saturday, which I think is great because if I can get up to 3 or 4, that would be even better in my opinion. So we're going to kick it off Saturday, June 20th with G-String Jettison. Where are they going to be? They're going to be at Dexter's there in Maumee from 9 to 1. Now, G-String Jettison's a great group of guys. Brian and the guys are phenomenal. They've been on the show twice now, I think, maybe 3 times, twice that I know, that I can actually remember. A lot of fun. They're a great band. We also did the live feed during the whole COVID thing, and they were doing a fundraiser, and we did the live feed from Redneck Willie's there in Weston, Ohio. And let me tell you, it's pretty much in the middle of nowhere, but it's a great little place. It really is. It's a lot of fun. The owner there and the people that were there as support were phenomenal. There was like a total of 8 of us in the whole building the whole night. So, but they were all great. They were phenomenal. So G-String Jettison there at Dexter's, Maumee, Ohio, 9 to 1. Next, we've got Mike and Jen Unplugged at Hooligan's Grill in Adrian, Michigan. So if you're up north or you live out that way or you're hanging out that way, definitely stop in and see these two. They've also been on the show.
Road Trip
is right. They do a phenomenal unplugged show. It is just great. I love it. I love the music they do. And again, it's one of those situations where you want to hear great music, but you don't want the full loud band. This is the way to do it. Go see Mike and Jen Unplugged. They're in Hooligan's Grill in Adrian, Michigan from 8:30 to 11:30. So moving on. We're moving on. It's another song. I can see I got to put some more spaces in between my stuff there for next time. I think I rushed it. But anyhow, J.T. Hayden Band. Great group, guys. J.T. Hayden and the guys are phenomenal. They've got a lot of great music. They're going to be over at Sneaky Pete's. They're on Detroit Avenue, actually, from 9 to 1. Another band that has a lot of different music varieties. They play a little bit of everything. And it's just a lot of fun to watch them play as well. So make sure you stop in and see them. Now, we have Dragonfly. Now, Dragonfly is Adam Sorrell, and I can't remember. I think it's Mark. It's the other time. I was supposed to write it down. I didn't. I worked last night. Sorry, guys. Got a little bit of sleep, and I'm still lagging here. But they're going to be at Kobe Bay on the docks downtown there in Toledo, Ohio. And again, hopefully they'll play some of their originals. We played some of their originals here in the studio when they were in the studio. Love these guys. I picked out my favorites even before they got here. We were able to talk about them. And it is Americana, I think is what they were calling. It's almost like a folk music. It's just phenomenal, the originals they do. I've got their CD sitting right here. You know what? We're going to do this real quick. Watch this, folks.
Plug it.
We're going to plug it. That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, Dragonfly. And the names are right on here, too, if I could read them. Mark Olinsky, or Onsky. I said it wrong the last time. It was Mark. I did remember it was Mark. But again, Adam and Mark, Dragonfly, they're going to be there at Kobe Bay on the docks, and that's going to go from 7 to 11. And if you get a chance, look up this album. I will post some links again where you can get it. I got to move it around here. Great album. I love it. I wore it out already. And some of my favorite tracks on here are just, it is, some of these things are really wicked. That's all I can say. And their rendition of Whiskey in the Jar, there is a basic cover tune, Whiskey in the Jar, and that one's a great one too. Nice. Originally I passed over it because everybody does it. I was listening to all the originals. So, but that is also a great song that they've redone. So again, from the top of this list, G-String Jettison, Dexter's Maumee, Ohio, and they are playing from 9 to 1. We have got Mike and Jen Unplugged up north at Hooligans Grill, Adrian, Michigan, from 8:30 to 11:30. JT Hayden Band over here at Sneaky Pete's on Detroit Avenue, Toledo, Ohio, from 9 to 1. And Dragonfly is going to be at Kobe Bay on the docks, which is downtown Toledo, Ohio. And they've done a lot of work down there in the dock area. And it's a nice place to actually visit again. So let's get rid of this one. Boom. Look at that. Page 2, ladies and gentlemen. And the story goes on. Marty's sitting over here thinking, what the hell is this guy doing? It's my show. I can do whatever I want almost, within reason. And it is marked not for children, so, we could get a little crazy here too. But, excuse me. And I am getting parched. I'm talking so much this time. Another plug?
Hey, hydrate or die.
Right. Unfortunately, I do not get any sponsorships from any of these products that we are using here in the studio, but it's all right. So, again, page 2, Saturday, June 20th, we have Heyday Wheeling on the Rocks. Now, Heyday, Steve Long and the guys, you want to talk about a group that can harmonize. These guys can harmonize. Every voice, everybody has a part. The music they pick, everything they do is just wonderful. I've gotten to see these guys live finally, and I'm glad I did. Went out to see them, and they put on one hell of a show. And again, the vocals, the music is phenomenal. Don't get me wrong, but it's the vocals that will capture you. Right. The harmonies these guys use together are just unreal and awesome. So Heyday, Wheeling on the Rocks, and that's going to be from 9 to 1, and that's right over there on Lasky Avenue, and great place to hang out. Good people that are there. So we move on. Miss Sara Broche, that's right, Sara Broche is going to be at Knotty Pines Winery in Wassiana, Ohio. I am not very familiar with that particular establishment, but if she's playing there, it's got to be good. Mm-hmm. That's all I'm saying. Stop in and see her and the music that she does there in Wassiana if you're out that way. And, the thing is, folks, you can kind of bar hop. Let's see all these bands. Let's promote these guys. Let's show our support. And it's a lot of fun. I love working with all the artists that I've been able to work with, especially over the fireside music sessions there at Papa's during the whole lockdown thing. That was amazing. I learned a lot. I learned that I needed to learn a lot.
Okay.
So we have Sara Broche there at Knotty Pines Winery in Wassiana, Ohio from 9 to 1. And then we have Lucian Towns there at Papa's Tavern here in Toledo, Ohio from 8 to 12. Now, Lucian was on one of the fireside shows as well, and another funny, great individual. It's another one. Go back, listen to the playbacks on that. Now, my end of the deal, I had thrown the system together like in a day, and we played, but we had a lot of fun. It was well worth it, and it's another thing Marty is working with me on updating is my mobile rig to do more on-site podcasts, live broadcast of you guys playing. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned. Get a hold of me, and maybe we can work something out, and we'll get that going as well. So again, Heyday, Wheeling on the Rocks here in Toledo, Ohio from 9 to 1. Sara Broche at Knotty Pines Winery in Wassiana, Ohio. And then, that's 9 to 1. And then Lucian Towns there at Papa's Tavern from 8 to 12. And that's what we have on that. So we got a lot of entertainment going on, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you take the time to at least get out and see one of these artists. A lot of them have been working behind the scenes, doing video feeds before the lockdown was lifted. And like I said before, I may not have commented on a lot of that stuff, but I did watch it. I was listening.
I actually have bitchy resting face. So I have to sit here. I have to make myself smile, because if I don't, I'll sit here like this.
Well, then they get to see what I see every practice.
I know, and then people are like, what's wrong? Nothing. I've got resting face, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Resting bitch face.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Right?
Cursed with it. A lot of people that do this, they think I'm mad.
They haven't seen you mad.
I know, right? It's hilarious.
When you get mad, it is kind of funny in a way. Because you are so laid back normally, it's like you almost don't know how to be mad. And that's what's really funny.
Oh, you should hear me sometimes with the computer. I always talk to the computer.
I'm okay with that as long as it doesn't talk back at
You
first.
son of a...
Right? Oh, I've done that.
Yeah.
Done that. Been there. Especially lately with learning the whole new Linux system and the way things are done. I've sat down here a couple of nights after working with you and doing things, and it's like, how did he do that?
Yeah.
Where do I got to go?
You know, if people don't know about that, just to let them know a little bit about, what Linux actually is, if you used your computer normally and you're on Windows, a lot of people are switching over from Windows 7 to Windows 10. They're looking at having to pay money for upgrades. Well, you can also run your computer with Linux. Specifically, we're using the Ubuntu Linux, and it's free. It's open source. There's no telemetry inside of it. There's no Microsoft watching what you're doing on your computer. There's none of that stuff. And it frees up a bunch of resources that you can use for other things, such as
like what we're doing right here.
Broadcasting in a studio.
Which is one of the reasons why I let you convince me to change over, and I'm glad we did.
Right.
I'm very glad we did. I found my video, my audio, my stream in general is normally really, really good.
We're using a Zoom camera, 2 Zoom cameras.
Yeah, I didn't.
We're using Pro Tools interface, Echo interface.
Yep.
We're using all of this stuff, and everything is working great.
Oh, it is. We've had our glitches along the way.
Yep.
Putting it together, learning.
But it's an option. It's out there. Ubuntu. Look that up.
Yep.
And, if you have any questions, I'm sure, Mark or I would be happy to help you out with it. But,
absolutely.
You can put that on your computer and do what you want. You can record music. You can use free Photoshop. It's called GIMP. It's such a funny name. Just about everything that you can do on your Windows machine, you can do for free and open source and not have to worry about Big Brother looking over your back.
Right, which is good with some of the, things that I say.
Yeah.
Even though they're going to be able to watch it on YouTube.
Got to be careful about what you even joke about now,
So, well, you got anything you want to add to our show here, Marty? You got any final thoughts?
We don't want to go down that rabbit hole.
We won't go down that rabbit hole.
We don't want to go down that rabbit hole.
I did. When I asked Marty to sit in for today's show, it was very impromptu. It was not planned. I didn't even put his name up at the bottom like I do with most of the guests that come in. I had their names at the bottom. And I probably could have done it while sitting here, but it's like, well, they know you.
Well, this is not like Joe Rogan where we go for 3.5 hours and taking bathroom breaks and
no,
going out back real quick.
Even though if I find a way to hook up a mobile Wi-Fi cam to OBS, we're gonna do that.
Okay.
We're gonna wander around. We'll go into the band room. We'll go out back. We'll visit the pig. We'll go to the pool. And we'll just see what's happening in general.
Next time I'll play some music.
We can do that.
We'll do that. I'll get out the acoustic and we'll jam some tunes.
I would like that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be it for today's show. I do want to thank everybody for stopping in, tuning in, and hopefully those of you that rewatch this later, you don't get the lag, you don't get the things that seem to have been happening, and we're going to get them fixed. Trust me, one step at a time, but I think we've come a long ways thanks to Marty and his help and his knowledge of the different things that are going on here. And everybody have yourself a great day, a great Friday, a wonderful weekend, and we'll probably see you again Monday with the new updates for next week. Ladies and gentlemen, see you later. Bye.